Hello everybody, welcome to another Sonic Lab. We're taking a look at the new software instrument from GForce software. It's the MAP, and it's yet another unique instrument. Obviously, GForce have been known mostly for their recreations of classic instruments, Mini Monster, Oberheim stuff, loads of things like that, Mellotron, Mtron, and now this is the second of their original instruments. So at the heart of it, we've got two complex oscillators, which is very much a sort of West Coast synthesis vibe. We can modulate the wave shape. We've got different wave shapes to choose from. We've got a complex noise source, which allows us to choose all sorts of different sort of sample-based and random sounds. We've got shape modulation, FM and AM for each oscillator. Then we've also got this other mod oscillator, which we can route directly through to the filter for some really sort of high audio rate, interesting filter shaping. We've got three envelopes, A, B and C, which are ADSR types, which are also loopable, so we can run them as loops. Then we've got three LFOs, A, B and C, which are kind of more like function generators and allow you to create all kinds of different shapes. There's lots of different presets for the different stuff here. There you go. And we got unipolar and bipolar. Then we've got a voice section for assigning polyphony and detune and unison and randomizing voice spread and portamento. Three very nice effects sections. This is sort of like a crossover EQ noise generator. Looks like a 4-tap loopable delay and a really nice sort of granular reverb. These are all very modulatable. All of these are modulatable via the mod matrix, which is just here. The mod matrix is actually quite powerful with a whole bunch of ways to modulate, including the ability to set the curves for each different. I guess you could describe it as similar in concept to something like Pigments modulation. Then we've got a noise LFO and an arpeggiator. That first patch was from, let's see who programmed that, Jordan Passmore. And what I've done here, as you can see, I've made a load of program changes and I've put them all together. I'm using them on the Stream Deck. And what I've done is I've got these two buttons. All they do is they program, they send program change up and program change down. They're fixed numbers, and I've got a little filter in the excellent Bohm's MIDI translator that I'm using again, which just basically, as soon as it gets one of these program changes, either increments or decrements, so it means that I can just flip through and go through the presets, because unfortunately, once again, with the GForce stuff, the program change, this plus or minus isn't a key command and isn't something that you can assign a controller for. So I made a load of favorites. Here's the second one. Aftertouch here sounds like it's doing a little bit of pitch envelope adjustment. I think this brings a bit of space. I'm using this MPE keyboard. This is the Osmos. Unfortunately, the Osmos, none of these buttons transmit anything that's useful. It'd be great if I could just use these controllers to assign to macros. There aren't actually macros on this one, which is a sort of, I guess, a bit of a change for GForce stuff, but there's quite a lot of more of a playground vibe, as they said. Also, the master volume doesn't send anything, neither does the preset. So that's why I've had to revert to this little Stream Deck setup. So this is quite majestic, isn't it? Let's see, we've got dual filter here. Multi-mode filter, which has some really nice modes here. We're in 2-pole low pass. We can do, there's a 2 and a 4-pole. Anyway, let's try another preset. Bass authority. This is a mono voice. Let's have a look. So this, let's bring, the aftertouch seems to bring in the space, and this increases the modulation of rate of LFO A, which if we look at the modulation matrix here, there's quite a lot going on. Filter mode B, so it's changing the filter mode, so it's modulating this guy. So yeah, that's interesting. All right, let's get on to another patch. And what's interesting about this, we've got these three complex oscillators. I'll get into a bit of the building blocks a little later on, but you can use this mod oscillator to modulate really high rates of the filter frequency, and it generates some really sort of very complex sounds, which I guess is the concept. You know, as a West Coast thing, you generally take very harmonically rich oscillators and then process them after. We've got regular filters, but we've also got these effects which are integrated. Got to watch the peaks. This can get quite loud because of the unpredictable frequencies. You can see there is actually an EQ here. You might see in some of these presets that they're really quite radical effects curves. And did I mention we've got 3 envelopes, 3 LFOs? Yes, and a voice section. This is nice. This is very, sort of reminds me quite sci-fi. This is sort of, I'm thinking one of those sci-fi worlds where it's sort of all sort of techno-medieval. Interesting. Let's have a look. What's this one? Quite an interesting sound. You hear the filter mode there. Looks like a band reject, is that, or is that a notch? I forget which way around. Who did that one? Let's see. Let's call out a few of the Light Bath. Well done, Light Bath. Let's see what this one is. Drop. Aftertouch seems to be the level of that sort of noise. What does this do? Very sort of filmic, isn't it? I mean, I guess that's down to the effects, and the effects are integrated really nicely. Let's try another one. Love these sort of slow, rich, harmonic pads. You can see there's quite a lot of EQ on this one. Really sort of sculpt it into dry haze. Let's try another one. noise modulation. We did that one. Faded Memories. Hugo Paris. Good work, Hugo. Let's try another one. Again, I think we're modulating the mode of the filter. It goes very low. Let's have a look, see what's going on. There's quite a lot of modulation stuff going on in here. It's quite easy to assign. Actually, if we go to here, let's just have a look at the basic. Start with an init patch. So we're just listening to this one oscillator. Different wave shapes that we can then modulate. Let's pulse width, of course. Get some quite radical harmonics in there. Let's just bring a bit of let's take this envelope, which I think A is. Let's do a bit of modulation. Right, let's take the wave shape, which is already there. We'll take that, a bit of LFO-A. Let's drop the rate down a bit. Now this is my only criticism actually, is because I was sort of tweaking that to see what the first rate was doing, the first lane was doing, and that sort of automatically added another one. The only way I could see to stop that is to close this window again, which so it can get, you can add a number of modulation sources that you may not want. Also, interestingly, you can set all these curves for the different modulation sources. Let's get the filter going on. Now, what I'm going to do is I take the mod oscillator. This goes really, it's got quite a wide range. Let's bring. Let's take that. Not to do filter mouth to that. I'm going to modulate that. That looks nice to modulate. Let's see if I do that. So I'll put that in, and then we'll go. Actually, it didn't, because I didn't add anything. It didn't. That additional lane didn't stay there. So let's just do LFOB. Ooh, okay. I can flip it into unipolar or have it in bipolar mode, which is really handy. We can edit these things, so we can. Let's add a bit of delay on that. Find a preset here. Shifting, that sounds promising. Add a bit of space. Maybe so you can hear, I mean, there's an awful lot of reverb there. That's probably a bit too big. Let's reverse, let's go. That's better. And we could add a bit of pan spread to this. Let's just do random. I think maybe I'll take a bit of top end off this as well. Just to take that edge. Probably got a bit too much attack. But you can see, I mean, so these complex oscillators provide, and this is one oscillator, one mod oscillator. We can add, so let's say I wanted to add a bit more doof to that. Technical term. Let's go, I want the site. Oh my. And now I'm going to add a bit of modulation to this. Let's go for, I want the wave shape, and I'm going to go mod wheel. So, close that down. So I'm already into, I don't know what this sounds like. This is a very interesting, it's almost something vocalizing, isn't it? Maybe it's sort of some like large tree in a kind of avatar type world that is able to speak. And this is the language it talks. Yeah, I like that. Anyway, there we go. Patch from scratch there. So follow me to the cosmos. Let's see what... Okay. This feels like a similar world to the last one, but with rain in a forest somewhere. This is obviously, I think, affecting the noise level and also the space reverb. Let's try it. Very strong EQ curve on this, plucking out some of those harmonic. This is speaking to me of a sort of, I don't know, some kind of sci-fi knight has just struggled through some kind of swamp, had a rough night, being chased by some kind of bog monster, waking up to a beautiful dawn with the mist and the sun shining on the rushes. Happy to be alive, frankly, but also a bit sad because maybe somebody didn't make it through the night. Yeah, it's very filmic, isn't it? Lovely stuff. So. Ooh. You can see the speed of LFOC is goes right up. And I think, you know, with obviously the, oh. So this is later on in the day when he's managed to get up and he's approaching a camp where there's maybe some little kids playing peacefully. Very bucolic, lovely scene, and he's wondering whether or not to approach. Doesn't want to scare them off, obviously, but needs some water and maybe a bit of food. Maybe the kids are playing with some kind of spinning top thing, which is what that speed is. Yeah, I like that. Who did that one? Let's have a look. Jogging House. I think they'd be making up some patch names here. Not only have they been making up names for patches, they'd be making up names for people who make patches. Interesting. This is a nice lead. all of these parameters in the effects as well can also be added to the mod matrix. So for the inquiring mind, you can make some really nice stuff. Yeah, nice. Interesting. You hear that sort of that. It's almost like FM, isn't it? That's because we're able to modulate things at such high rates. We get that really nice sort of complexity. Oh, there we go. I wonder if that. I think. Ah, there we go. My hold was stuck on. So. Oh, this is very evocative, isn't it? Got sort of water. I'm guessing there may be something coming from... Oh look, it's the noise droplets. There we go. And the aftertouch is bringing in the level of the space, which is a reverse. This feels like, you know, maybe a Enchantress's cave where there's some sort of a spring or a font. The knight has to go to it and, I don't know, get some help from this person. And it's very enchanting, but I suspect there's a hint of danger. It's a risky business. Anything can happen. I wonder if I change the next patch and it might reveal. Or we bring the level of the noise up. Oh, yeah. Things are not looking good. Something bad's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen. What is it? Oh yeah, that'll work. This is a sort of super saw sound. Pitch bend is maybe a... I'm thinking serpent sliding around with that pitch. Let's mess around with it. Yeah, nothing good happens with a sound like that going on. I said it was a sort of sci-fi medieval. So this is a droid that is playing some kind of harmonic pipes. It's like R2-D2 on the alien pipes. Don't know what he's doing there. Maybe it's a Star Wars prequel. Anyway, it's good he's turned up, because it means things are looking up. Nice. I wonder who did that one. Reverb Machine, quite definitely. Okay, let's see what this one is. Oh, there's a lot of drive in here somewhere. Feels like we could be entering a chase scene. That's nice. Okay, well, that sort of brought me right round. So map is available now. I think it's £49, I believe. So it's about half price, introductory offer. Really interesting machine. I mean, the fact that it does this complexity of sound is very impressive. As I said, I think it's only really recent CPUs that have been able to allow this level of audio rate mod and cross modulation to such a degree with what seems like no aliasing or whatsoever to bring this kind of sound. So it's a really interesting one. Good work, GForce. Nice work on the patch. It comes with 300 patches, but I think you'll probably find yourself wanting to just experiment because it feels like that sort of synth. But the patches themselves, lovely atmospheric vibes, I must say. I'll play you out with a little bit more of my initial patch. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.